South Carolina Gamecocks. As we'll see, the number 11 team in the country, the Clemson Tigers, taking on a team from the SEC, the South Carolina Gamecocks. For EA Sports, I'm Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and David Pollack with me. Guys, can't wait to get this started. Will kick off to get us underway. He'll bring it out. It's Brown. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line? This rivalry dates back to 1896. It's been a little bizarre with the chicken curse, and it's a bit unusual, too, because the state school, South Carolina, isn't the perennial football power.
No, but it's kind of had its ebbs and flows, a little bit back and forth, some great coaches on both sides, but the in-state hate is beautiful.
You know, there's a lot of great rivalries, especially down in the South and the Deep South. This is one of the better ones, though, because you just never know what the outcome is going to be.
Makes the grab on the left.
Not difficult, not complicated, but early in the game, getting that rhythm. Find that timing with your wide receiver so you're set up for success. Then you go attack deep later on.
And the Gamecocks really need to keep this drive alive on third down. Back to throw, it's Sellers. Oh, they're after him! That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on third down.
Third and short like that on your own side of the field, you're just looking for a quick hitter. You're trying to get the ball out of your hand quickly, but the timing completely off there for the offense, and the ball falls incomplete.
The one thing that can derail this offense, a bunch of 3-and-outs. They won't do that here, but they might go 4-and-out if they don't convert. On fourth down, they'll pass for it. Going for the big play. Makes the grab, plenty for the first down. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Gamecocks!
And I'm pretty sure the card usually tells you to punt in this situation, backed up on your own end, but forget that. We're going to be aggressive. And how about the deep shot down the field on fourth down? You make the play and get the huge explosive touchdown for this offense. Risk it for the biscuit, baby.
And he did make that extra point, no issue with the treacherous footing. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And with that kickoff going out of bounds, they will get great field position to start. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. On the run, it's Davidson. And he'll pick up one. It brings up 2nd and 9. The game originally held during the State Fair in Columbia as Big Thursday was was officially named the Palmetto Bowl in 2014. A trophy came a year later, replacing the old Hardee's Bowl trophy.
Very apropos, a silver palm tree for the Palmetto Bowl. That makes sense, David. This is the biggest sporting event in the state of South Carolina. I know this is a game that you and I have really enjoyed watching over the years.
I mean, so much fun, and the definition, Jesse, of hate all throughout the state. And bragging rights to whoever wins this football game and gets that trophy.
It's as if you're engulfed in a space odyssey. Williams-Brice alive on third down. Trying to pick it up on the ground. Right down the gut of the field. He's at the touchdown, Clemson. He broke away from the defense and they couldn't catch him.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. Out of the end zone. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. They took advantage of outstanding field position the last time they had it, and now they'll have a little more work to do to get on the board. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. The Gamecocks want to crank the tempo.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength.
Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. Touchdown, Tigers. The defense takes matters into its own hands.
Well, you don't see this very often. A defensive lineman getting...
Oh, they blocked the extra point. He picks it up. That's a live ball. The 50. He's at the 40. At the 20. He takes it all the way back for the defense and two-point conversion.
Great job on special teams. Getting penetration, getting the block. You've got the convoy to scoop score 2 points the other way.
From inside his own 15, looking for a crevice. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick six, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick six and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do, because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out, not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
Backed up now. Here's second and long. Here's trouble. Ball's out in the end zone. Defense scoops it up, and he's headed the other way. Is this Christmas? Is this the gift-giving season? An absolute gift in the end zone, and the defense takes advantage, recovering the fumble for the touchdown.
Man, defenses are always trying to force turnovers, to get the ball back to their offense, make those big plays. You know what the cherry on the sundae is? When you force the turnover, the pill hits the ground, you scoop it up, and you take it all the way back to the house. Huge play for this defense.
Powers forward. And he'll be brought down.
Well, head coach obviously decided it was best to go for 2 points right there. They didn't get it, and you just wonder if chasing the points is going to hurt this team later in the game.
The kickoff team just about set to go, and that defense is eager to get back out there after the scoop and score. From inside his own 15, let's see how far he can get. Finally stopped after a solid return out to the 32. back in another offensive odyssey. Offense changing the play. Back to throw, it's Sellers. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
What a play by the defender that time, because he's matched up one-on-one man coverage against an outstanding wide receiver, and it's the defender who makes the play. Really, really good position. He was up to the challenge. Be interesting to see if this quarterback goes his way again.
On 3rd and long, trying to convert through the air. Those two not on the same page. It's incomplete.
Well, we saw earlier in the game, after not getting it on 3rd, going for it on 4th down and having success. So you got to wonder, after that incompletion, are they going to try that again and stay aggressive here on 4th?
And the Gamecocks will punt it away on 4th down. They'll have to boot it away for the first time tonight. He'll try to field the punt and bring it back. The coverage team was down there to corral him. They made the stop, and they'll mark it at the 39. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. They start the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Dropping back, it's Klubnik. Got his man on the right. Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little short of the 1st down.
It's early in the game, and as offenses try to get their rhythm, these easy completions are very important because that's what helps you get your feet underneath you as an offense and as a unit. And hopefully, as this game goes on, they'll be able to rev up and get more aggressive taking shots.
From the gun, he'll try to throw for it on 3rd down. Grab near the marker. It's Smith. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be 1st down.
Wow, and what a great job by that quarterback finding his open receiver on 3rd down. You know, guys, one of the most telling stats at the end of the game is 3rd down conversion percentage. If you're a great 3rd down team, it's invaluable to your offensive success, and that's why teams drill 3rd down so much in practice.
Play action on 1st down. That's caught. It's Davidson. Defense grabs the football, and there he goes.
When you're on defense and it's wet and it's rainy, you know exactly what time it is. That ball gets a little heavier. It gets a little slicker. You're trying to get to that thing. You know you get your hand on it. There's a good chance it's coming out. Nice job by the defense forcing it with the assist from the weather.
And how about the keen eyes and sharp awareness from the coach to challenge that call, and the officials agree it'll go his way. Corners showing press. They want to be physical here. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Caught in the backfield. It's Davidson. Oh, he got loose. Really nice job there by both guys to throw and the catch to work that defense and get the 1st down. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Defense showing blitz. Will they bail out of it? It's complete to the right. They make the stop at the 5-yard line, and they've got it first and goal. We've come to the end of the quarter, and Clemson has the lead. They wanted to strike first and strike hard, and they've been able to do that here in the first quarter as we take a look at the stats. They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. On the snap, it's Davidson. And he'll finish the run and the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers.
And the offense continues to run the football. The second rushing touchdown from the running back. The offensive line paving holes continue to feed this man the ball.
And with the extra point, they now have a 3-possession lead at 17. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he takes this from inside the... They got him for a safety, and there's a fine line between being aggressive and reckless, and he just ran right across it when he ran back into his own end zone. And some room to work.
The return is brought down at the 39, and the Clemson offense will take over first and 10.
Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. Trying to beat him to the left. Creates a little room. Got enough for the first down. Off and running. The 10. Touchdown, Tigers. He got a step and just dusted the field.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd.
Set to kick this one away.
Hauls it in inside his 20, and here he comes. Maybe if he could have eluded just one or two more guys, it would have been a big return, but they'll mark it at the 30. Here comes the offense back onto the field. Looking to throw, it's Sellers. Oh, he makes the catch. And this one will be stopped for no gain. The Gamecocks are in the hurry-up.
Well, the defense didn't have a lot of time to celebrate that last big play because here's the offense right away back at the line of scrimmage, ready to roll again with tempo.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. Trying to take it back. And it's going to be a pick six. Touchdown, Clemson. Look, a lot of time left. There's a little bit of distance right now being put on the scoreboard.
There is, but it's so awesome when you're a defense and you study all week about what's coming and what routes to be ready for, and then you jump the route and you make the plays and you just go get in that end zone. It is so beautiful.
Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead. Catches it inside his 20. Chance to really gain some ground. Maybe if he could have eluded just one or two more guys, it would have been a big return, but they'll mark it at the 30. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do happen, so you've got to be...
Oh, he's got some space. He'll be stopped at the 41, but give him 10 on that play. The offense lines up at the 41 with a 1st and 10. They're trying to slow that rush down with the draw. Pass the sticks and still on his feet. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
The quarterback and the offensive line really do a good job. What do? They sell pass first. Everything looks like pass. Nope, they hit you with a run. Really great job working together with a little bit of misdirection.
Looking downfield, it's Sellers. Throws to the tight end. Catch in the middle, it's Hunt. What a nice connection. Knocked down immediately, and they've got it at the 25.
Nice catch by the big target. Those big tight ends, you can tell in football, are just becoming more and more of a weapon on every single team.
Fires deep toward the end zone. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
I know one of the things this defense really prides themselves on is being physical, and early in this game, putting a big hit on a guy that's already had a couple catches in this game, that's a good omen for the defense.
Right back to the air on 2nd and 10. Fires to the right. Almost had the completion, just missed it.
Well, nice job by the defense here in back-to-back plays. 2 straight incompletions, giving up some yards, and the opponent's in field goal range. This is a place a lot of D coordinators like to send the blitz, because if you sack the quarterback and create a negative play, you knock them out of field goal range.
They were really starting to put a drive together, but after a couple of incompletions, now they need a big play on 3rd and 10. Throws for the tight end. Misses again. It's incomplete, and that's 3 in a row.
And the offense got themselves in a tough situation. 3rd and long, so hard to execute, especially when the field starts to shrink. But the good news is they got a field goal in their back pocket.
3 straight misfires has left them staring at 4th and 10, but they'll try it again. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Fires to the wideout. And he throws another interception, his 3rd one of the night. Got some room to run. The 20. Inside the... And he's going to take it all the way back. Touchdown, Clemson.
Yeah, and how about that, man? 4th down, trying to go make a play, get this offense going, get it sparked, get some points on the board. And that couldn't have gone any worse. They throw the pick, and not only that, they return it all the way back for 6. That offense just shot themselves right in the foot.
He's got it in the end zone for the 2 as they tack on a little more to this big lead.
50, South Carolina, 9.
They're lining up to kick it off after the pick 6, and that defense will come out feeling it. From inside the 20, chance for great field position. He's going to get loose. Just barely able to keep him from housing it on that one. What a nice return. This dude is absolute electricity when he gets the ball in his hands. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
This offense has really struggled, and I think you're just waiting for one play, one explosive play to happen to hopefully galvanize you a bit offensively. That's not the case, and there, they try to run the football on the first play of the drive, and it gets absolutely blown up for a loss.
He stopped for no gain again. Back-to-back runs, and they have nothing to show for it except facing a 3rd and long. Quarterback may change this route. Scanning the field, it's Sellers. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and a score on this drive would do wonders for their confidence. They've already gone for it a couple of times on 4th down, converted once. Looks as if they'll try a 3rd. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Ball into the end zone, and it's intercepted. He'll try to take it back. They finally get him down, but a huge return. Not only do they get the ball back, but man, did they set up some field position.
I'll tell you something, in college football, you're lucky if you get 2 interceptions in a season. This guy now has 2 interceptions. In the first half of this game, he's been reading the quarterback's eyes, and he has been everywhere, an absolute ball hawk.
Wasting no time throwing on this drive. And they couldn't make the connection on the long shot.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target, the window.
There he goes. And how much running room have they been able to find on the ground? Man, are they piling up some gaudy rushing stats. The Tigers, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. DB's right up on the receivers. To the air on first down. The sure hands, it's Davidson. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Tigers. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays, just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
Takes it inside his own 20. Chance for great field position here. Maybe if he could have eluded just 1 or 2 more guys, it would have been a big return, but they'll mark it at the 30. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. To throw, it's Sellers. Under fire. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
I mean, this game has to feel like a living nightmare for this quarterback. We're still in the first half, and this guy, with all the interceptions he's thrown, with all the inaccurate balls, nothing is going right. They have no semblance of a passing game because they simply cannot establish a rhythm under center.
They'll throw again after the incompletion. Looking for a deep man. And that is his 5th interception, a nightmare he is not waking up from. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. They'll get this drive going from the 17. On the ground, it's Davidson. This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best.
Pulls it in down the sidelines. And he gets it to the 44-yard line. It'll be a first down.
At the 44-yard line. And a first down for the offense.
Just a short pass to the tight end. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short gain there. Clemson jumps to the line. Back to throw, time running short in the half. Got a man, it's Moore. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another first down. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, Clemson.
And the Tigers will snap it on 1st and 10.
3:25.
Touch pass on the jet sweep. Breaks into the open. Big time run on that one as he goes out of bounds right at the 10.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
Coming out on first down with the play fake. Pass is broken up, incomplete as they were trying to strike for 6.
Great awareness by that defender that time. Seeing the ball thrown, getting his big paw, knocking it down, and now you set up second down.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. To the air, it's Klubnik. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
Well, the defense is making some big plays here right up against their own goal line. They forced 2 straight incompletions, now setting up 3rd down. You're expecting pass again. Is this a situation where they're going to want to blitz, or do they stay back, play zone, and try to break on the ball?
Wants to fire it in the end zone on 3rd and goal. It's incomplete, and this ought to be a boost of confidence for this defense, getting a stop against these guys on 3rd down.
Offense just not able to get it clicking down here in the red zone. That's 3 straight incompletions, trying to fit the football into tight windows, but the timing not there, and now it sets up 4th down.
Motion from the wide receiver. Here's the snap, looking to throw. Got his man quickly. He'll be stopped short of the goal line. A sure tackle to turn it over on downs. Offense has enough time to get off the play before we head to the half. Some early movement along the offensive line, and they'll walk it back. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Back to throw, it's Sellers. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. Rolling right and going deep. Makes a grab for a big play. They finally make the stop, but that one will make those halftime stats look a little nicer as we head to the break. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
South Carolina, 9.
Kicker has everything lined up and about set to get this one underway. He'll bring it back looking for help. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20.
We'll take over 1st and 10.
Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. Let's see if they can keep that first half momentum rolling. Pocket breaking down. Got out of trouble and throws. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete. So now it's 2nd and long. Try to get it to the edge. What a tackle in the backfield. He'll lose 6 on the play.
I love DBs that want to tackle, and they get an opportunity to look like heroes on these outside toss plays. Physical play by the corner there, getting the ball carried down behind the line of scrimmage.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Everybody and their brother showing blitz. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Makes a grab on the shot. He's running free down the middle. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Tigers. The Tigers putting down a big paw print right now as they start to pull away from the Gamecocks.
Yeah, and I think you kind of get this here we go again feeling. Clemson had the upper hand in this series for a while now. Clemson always talked about, always loved. South Carolina's got to answer.
I feel like Clemson's been winning on the recruiting trail between these two teams in the last several years now, and I think that's really starting to show itself on the field today.
And he tacks on the extra point.
That makes the score Clemson 64,
coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And he's coming out of the end zone. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he had just taken the touchback. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. The give on the option. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. And the Gamecocks headed quickly to the line. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Defense is there to greet him again, and they are ready, and he has found nowhere to run tonight. And the running game has been disastrous on the last couple of plays. They'll try to salvage the drive on third down. Looking downfield, it's Sellers. A little release to the back. Out across the 25 to the 26, but needed a little bit more. It'll be fourth down.
A nice job of awareness on defense there on that third down. You know, you're expecting the offense to throw the football, but it's not just going to be receivers or tight ends you got to worry about. You got to keep your eye on where that running back is. They knew exactly where he would be.
And it's a fake. He's going to throw it. Fires to the middle. Otis picked off. He stopped, not much on the return, but a whole lot in getting the football.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his second of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Makes the grab, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers. They've extended this lead, guys, but sometimes in a rivalry game, you get... Oh, they block it. That's the kind of drive everybody loves. OC, quarterback, one snap, put it in the end zone.
70, South Carolina, 9.
He'll bring it out. It's Brown. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out in the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. He threw a pick the last time they had it. Now they have to take care of the football. The offense calls timeout. It's the second one they've used this half.
Now, South Carolina.
Trying to make that rush think on the draw play here. Makes the stop at the 30, but a big 15-yard pickup gets him out of trouble.
Definitely been tough sledding for this guy, especially in the first half. They gave him the ball a bunch, but they just don't have a ton of yards on the ground to show for it at this point. That looked like a pretty good run, though. You just wonder maybe in the second half, if they keep giving him the football, it may start paying some dividends.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. After the setback, the offense gets set for a 1st and 15.
Split them here on this drive. Keep it right.
They go to the draw. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the second half.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. They'll try to pop the draw. Finding a way to put that foot in the ground and get it up to the 37-yard line.
We love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
The Gamecocks line up, trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. So frustrating to see an offense lose track of the play clock and pick up a penalty like that. Offense breaks the huddle. It's 3rd down. It's a draw. Got the 1st down and more. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
It's hard to stop great runners. It really is. That's why you run the football consistently. You got a big offensive line, a big physical unit. You run the football like this, man, it will take a toll later. But you got to tackle this guy over and over again who has this ability to make people miss and make big plays.
The quarterback just lost track of the play clock, didn't get the snap off quickly enough. And the Gamecocks are moving quickly down the field. Gives it to the back on the draw. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Man, the momentum is squarely on their side right now. It's starting to feel like they're running away with this one. They scored a touchdown their last time out. Now on this drive here in the 3rd quarter, the defense makes a massive play against the run, creating a negative play. They've got the opponent going backwards.
We've reached the break. Clemson has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. I guess if you're an optimist, the stage is set for a massive 4th quarter comeback. After swapping ends of the field, that gave them a little time to figure out how they'll open the final period here on 3rd down. They'll go to the counter. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it. But the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front 7 has dominated this entire game.
Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. Looking for a gap. It's Davidson. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down.
42 Spider.
They'll run the toss. Runs through the tackle. Turning it on. He'll be forced out of bounds. Big pickup on the play, and they'll mark him down at the 28.
And obviously this offense has had their way, getting the huge lead, and now when you know it's a running situation later in the ball games, you're still getting pounded. This defense has to step up at some point and be a lot more physical.
D coordinators down the road that have to play this offense, man, they're going to have nightmares because this unit has so much speed and so much skill. At running back, receiver, tight end, the quarterback making good decisions, it is so tough trying to stop them and prevent explosive plays.
And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
Clemson ready to go back to work with another first down. D looks as if they're about to bring the heat. They'll keep it on the ground. The clock is on their side. Stopped at the 13-yard line as they try to turn this into points. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and the clock is definitely on their side. They'll just try to run it out here. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Trying to get the edge on the toss. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
You got to have that defense you know you can go to in running situations. Your base defense where you say, okay, this is where I'm going to start, and I'm going to stop the run, stuff it up front. My guys play big up front. Then if I need to add some blitzes to it later on down the road, I can. But great job in the base defense making a play.
Looking for a man. It's Klubnik. Takes the easy one to the back. Really strong job by the defense. A negative play on third down.
I think moving forward on third down, this offense is going to have to be a little bit more aggressive and try to throw it vertically. Start throwing the ball around the line of scrimmage against these guys. They've got way too much speed. You saw it right there.
So the offense is going to go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And give him another 6. Grabs it for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Man, this has been a complete performance. The defense has been lights out, and the offense, obviously, just continues to pour it on. This is what you call having a great day. Putting it all together, offense, defense, complementary football.
Kickoff unit getting some extra work as this lead has really grown. On the move from inside his own 20. Finally stopped after a solid return out to the 32. First snap of this drive will come from their own 32. It's a draw. Not the biggest play in the world, but it's one that can set the tone as he bangs his way out to the 38. Wants to go up top. Here's a throw downfield late. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a third down.
Well, at this point, you're still trying to throw stuff up against the blackboard and see if it sticks. You're down by a lot of points, so why not try it, right? And give the offense credit. You know, you're not just going to run the football. You're not just going to take a knee and go into the locker room with your tail between your legs. I like the fighting spirit, just not enough of that today.
He wants a big play here late. And it's another interception as his assault on the record book continues. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. They'll get things started on this drive from the 24. Trying to get the edge on the right. Takes it the other way. Got the first down. Looking for more. And the defense finally makes the stop after the sweet run and good gain.
for the offense.
And the defense down in this game, they just can't do anything to stop this offense at this point, David. Right now, they know they're going to be trying to run the football and try and ice the game, but there's nothing at this point it seems they can do.
Yeah, and it's frustrating. I got to sell out, man. I got to bring as many guys to the line of scrimmage as I can. I got to find a way to get this ball back to my offense. The clock is not my friend, and then running the football is only going to run this thing out quicker. I got to find a way to make something happen, strip the football, do something.
No matter how much college football changes, realignment, all of that kind of stuff, rivalries are consistent, and winning rivalry games, well, that's just the best.
Because they hate each other so much. So you take the field against your rival, and you're able to put forth a performance like that. That is worth its weight in gold, David. Unbelievable effort here by the winning team, and bragging rights now for a while.
Bragging rights for a while. It's a fun thing to be able to accomplish. Now we also got to take